What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Deep Free. We are back, and the NFL has released the schedule for 2025, and there's a lot to talk about. And we're going to talk about that right after this. What's good? What's good? What's good with everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of D Free Sports Talk. And like I said, the NFL has just released the schedule for 2025, and there's still a lot of reports coming in. And it seems like the NFL they can't get enough of Jayden Daniels. They've been out here getting a lot of info, and they want to see a lot more of what they saw last year from Jayden Daniels. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pull something up real quick. Hold on one second. Stand by. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, done, 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 done. This joint hasn't came through yet. I'll wait for it to pull up in a minute. What's going on, Dub? What's going on with you, Dub? So, yeah. So, as you can see, let me pull this up. Put this overlay up so y'all can see what I'm looking at. First game of the season is Dallas versus Eagles, Thursday night, September 4th. We got the Super Bowl champs versus arch rivalry, Dallas Cowboys. So, what's going on, Miss Fields? Hey, we're gonna see what Dallas is doing. They just added George Pinkett to their wide receiver roster. They was looking for another wide receiver to go with CeeDee Lamb, and I mean, I have no problem with George out there with CeeDee Lamb. That's a heck of a pickup. I'm still questioning their running game. They gotta fix that situation. What's going on, Cosmic? But I wanted to talk about some news that came out on Monday, and it seems like the Cincinnati Bengals are still not trying to give an extension to Trey Hutchinson. He came out and he had a interview at rookie minicamp. He came there dressed in business attire, and he said they haven't even been talking to him. There's no communication going back and forth about trying to extend him or anything. He has one more year left on his deal, but they haven't communicated with him to get the extension on his deal. And the biggest thing from that, what I saw was the fact of their rookie that they picked up, who was supposed to complement him or replace him, Shamar Stewart. He's holding out. He held out of rookie minicamp, and he said that they're not giving him a respectable offer, and it's kind of shocking. You don't usually see that from rookies that just got drafted holding out a mini camp. They usually show up and they might not sign until they get a deal that they're expecting to get, but they will at least show up to mini camp. But he's holding out as well. So I don't know what's going on in Cincinnati. They're not trying to pay these edge rushers. It seems like they put all their money behind the two wide receivers and the quarterback, but the biggest problem that Cincinnati Bengals have for the last couple of years since Joe Burrow's been there has been their defense. Their defense been the biggest problem. And Trey led the lead in sacks last year with 17 and a half. And he led the lead the year before that with 17 and a half. So back-to-back years. And that was the thing when he had led it 2 years ago, 17 and a half. They told him that they was going to give him a deal. They would just wanted to see if he can do it again. And he went out there, did it again. And they still ain't giving him no money. He said, why would you hold out a rookie minicamp? You starting off on the wrong foot. Yeah, I mean, from the talk of it, some guys that was, I guess, ranked below him or got drafted lower than he did, got a bigger offer than what he got. So he's holding out. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there in Cincinnati, but people over there are not happy. The players are not happy. I know their locker room can't be too functionable when you got an owner that's not trying to pay one of the top premier pass rushers in the league. He's one of the captains for the team, and they're not trying to pay him. I don't know what's going on, but that was just something that I saw that was real surprising. That caught my eye, and I want to get back into this the schedule release. So the NFL, I mean, a lot of people kept saying the NFC East is the weak division. They this, they that. Well, it looked like the NFC East is back to being the NFC Beast because Washington Commanders, 8 primetime games. Philadelphia Eagle looks like they're going to have 7 or 8 primetime games. The Dallas Cowboys look like they're going to have 6 or 7 primetime games. The NFC East is going to be on primetime more than any other division in sports. More than any other division, it's going to be the NFC East on primetime. You got Washington versus, you got the Eagles and Dallas, the first game of the season, Thursday night football. They're kicking the season off, primetime, Thursday night football. And then I believe the second week you got Washington facing, I forgot what team they're supposed to be facing, but they're the second Thursday night game. And you got the daggone New York Giants playing on Monday night game. They got Monday. I think the Giants got about 4 or 5 primetime games themselves. So I mean, the NFC East they back to being the NFC Beast. They got a lot of primetime games this way, but like I said, Washington got 8 of them, and that right now, I think the Eagles might be somewhere around 7 or 8, but I think that's the most that I heard. Primetime games for one team was 8 by Washington. And as you can see on the screen, Washington's going to be playing against the Miami Dolphins, first game ever in Madrid, Spain. So we're gonna get I think no, y'all got like 6 or 7. Y'all don't have 9. Y'all got quite a few though. Y'all got quite a few. I didn't see 9. I mean, it could have been some more that dropped. I didn't see 9. Last time I saw it, it was like 6 or 7. But I mean, y'all could have got 9. Yeah, Miami and Washington is going to be over in Mildred, Spain. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I get a little tongue tied when I'm trying to pronounce it. But yeah, we're going to be over in Spain. First time ever football will be played in Spain. They got and that will be in November. I believe that's November. I think it's November 19th. If I'm not mistaken, let me look. I wrote it down. I believe it's November 19th. It's the last November 16th. That's the last game that will be played overseas for the season. But the international season will be starting off Friday, September 5th. Um, right now, the opponent is still to be named, but they will be facing the Chargers. Um, and then you have Sunday, September 28th at 9:30. All these games are at 9:30 in the morning. You have Sunday, September 28th at 9:30. You got the Vikings versus the Steelers over there in Ireland. And then the Vikings are right back over there a week later versus the Broncos at 9:30 on October 5th in London. So the Vikings got two games back to back on the road overseas. First game is in Ireland. The second game is in London. Then October 12th at 9:30 a.m. you got Denver versus the Jets in London. Sundays, October 19th at 9:30, you got the Rams versus Jacksonville in London. Sunday, November 9th at 9:30, you got the Falcons versus the Colts in Berlin. And then Sunday, September 6th, Sunday, November 16th at 9:30, you got Washington versus the Dolphins in Spain. So they starting to open up this international schedule a little bit more. We're starting to see more and more games overseas and not just in the same country. Now we're going over to Spain. We're going to Ireland. Well, Ireland, we had games last year. I believe last year was the first year that we started playing games in Ireland. So they're starting to open up this international schedule a little bit more each year. But then we heard one of the first scheduled breaks that we heard. I think it was the first one that we heard that broke Monday was a doubleheader, Week 16, December 20th. You had the Eagles versus Washington, and then you had Chicago Bears versus Green Bay, and that was a week before Christmas. And that was the reason why it was so significant is because if y'all paid attention last year, the teams that played that Saturday before Christmas, I believe it was the Ravens, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. I forgot. It's a couple of more teams. Those were the same teams that end up playing on Christmas. Well, we see Christmas. We got Dallas versus Washington. That's going to be a home game for Washington on Christmas Day. We got the Broncos versus Kansas City on Christmas Day. That's the nightcap. Washington will be playing at 1:00. Kansas City and Denver will be playing at 8:15. And then the game that's in between there, because it's a triple header because Christmas falls on a Thursday, so they made it a triple header, is the Vikings versus the Lions. They will be playing at 4:15. He said, I hate going to Washington in December. Yeah, so we got a triple header on Christmas Day. I didn't really want a game on Christmas Day because I like to sit back and watch other teams have bad holidays because their team lost. It kind of spoiled the holidays. So now I gotta be glued to the TV and pay attention to see what my squad is doing. We should pull out the win over Dallas Cowboys, but you never know. They lucked up and won at our home last year when they should have lost. So you never know what happens. But then Thanksgiving. I believe Thanksgiving is a triple header as well. We got Dallas versus Kansas City, and I think we got the Lions versus cannot remember who the Lions is playing, and I think you have Chicago playing against somebody. I gotta look up the Thanksgiving schedule, but we do know that is Kansas City versus Dallas on Thanksgiving. So it's a lot of he said that's cap. It ain't cap. We should be able to whoop them boys. Um, but it's a lot of like I said, Washington got 8 primetime games, and I kind of figured that was going to happen. One because of what Jayden Daniels did last year, far as a rookie, and then two, Washington went to the NFC Championship game, and that was the first time they've been to the NFC Championship game since '91. So, and then you heard all of the news that had broke out earlier this year with Washington supposed to be moving back to DC, and the stadium, the amount of money that they're spending on the stadium, and then we heard that the NFL is coming, the NFL draft is coming to DC in 2027. So there's a lot of stuff that they're gearing towards Washington. It looked like Washington is the new landing spot for the NFL right now. There's a lot of stuff building up around Washington and the NFL. So, hey, Washington making some noise out here. I just need them to keep doing what they're doing, keep winning, and we're gonna see a lot of great things happen in the future. But the right side, he might be upset on Thanksgiving and turn around and be upset on Christmas. So I mean, the right side he might have a bad holiday this year. His holiday might be all messed up this year. You got his team play on both of the holidays. The right side, Kui G5 A1. I mean not A1 knockout. And that's another thing too. I heard earlier too. Speaking of A1, I heard earlier this week that Derek Carr went ahead and retired. So it looked like they're going to be going with the young guy, Ratliff. I think Ratliff is going to be their starter right now. He said, we whooping KC and we whooping y'all. Nah, not going to happen. You might luck up and get KC, but you damn sure ain't whooping us. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, Derek Carr is had put in and retired. I guess the injury was a lot worse than what he expected. Either that, or he might have just got tired and said, "You know what? I had enough. I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up." But that further remind me of they had an opportunity to go pick up Sanders. They could have picked up Shador Sanders and they didn't. And so I think they did get a quarterback. I forgot what quarterback they picked up. They did pick up a quarterback though. Can't remember who they picked up. But it wasn't. I mean, I don't think the guy that they picked up was nowhere near as good as Shador Sanders. So like the New Orleans Saints is going. He's a dude from Louisville. Oh yeah. What's that? Tyler. I think his name is Tyler. I believe that's his name. But yeah, so it looked like New Orleans. They're gonna be at the bottom of the barrel, looking to get some early draft picks again. Yeah, Tyler or something like that. Yeah. They look like they're gonna be getting some early draft picks next year because they ain't got no quarterback, wide receivers. They pretty decent. They picked up some decent wide receivers this offseason. Running back, he's good, but he's getting older. So I don't know how good he's gonna be. Now we did see that Derrick Henry did sign an extension, the highest contract for a running back the age of 30, the highest extension for a running back for the at the age of 30. So which was good because Derrick Henry deserved a big contract. He he's always did things the right way, never really complained about anything. He just came there and did his job. And even though he's 30 years old, we see last year he still put up 1,800 rushing yards. So um Derrick Henry, he had some injuries earlier in his career when he was with Tennessee, but he didn't have no injuries last year. Last year he stayed healthy the entire season. So it, it it's some wear and tear on his body, but it doesn't look like he's slowing down. Um, he could be one of those guys like AP. AP he was a big bruising running back, but he was able to play into his mid to late 30s, and he still was a decent running back. I still don't understand why the Vikings gave up on him because some he still had some game under his belt. Even when he left the Vikings, he came to Washington. He played well when he came to Washington. He broke some big ones. What's going on, Dr. Mark? He had some good games in Washington. I forgot who he went. I think he went to New Orleans as well, and he had it was I think it was New Orleans he went to, and he had some good games there. But Derrick Henry deserved the contract extension. He's a he's a definitely a locker room type of player that you're looking for, that somebody that's just going to come out there and do their job, and it's somebody that the young upcoming running backs can look at and and find how to be uh, um, an NFL running back. You come in there, you don't get in trouble, don't cause any disruption for your locker room or anything like that. You just come out there, do your job, and and produce. So he deserved it. I'm happy that he got a big extension, um, which means that um, the Ravens is going to be another force to be reckoned with that running game because Derrick Henry is going to be there for a couple of more years. I think he got a I want to say a 3-year extension, or it might be 2 years. It's either 3 or 2 years extension. So he's going to be there for a few more years, and people got to worry about dealing with that running back coming out of Baltimore. I think we played Baltimore this year, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we played Baltimore this year. I know we will have a preseason game against Baltimore. I think we play a game against them in the regular season. I got to go back and look um, because I wasn't really looking at all of the scheduled games that came out. I was just looking at a lot of the primetime games because there was a lot of big primetime games that came out. 2 years for $60 million. Yeah, Um, but I was just looking at the big prime because the Thanksgiving and the Christmas Day was the two major releases for this year's schedule because both of those I believe is triple. Yeah, both of those are triple headers. And then you had the overseas game in Spain for the first time, which it will be Washington. Luckily, it's not a home game for us; it's a road game. So that's good, and that's the good thing about the Vikings having to go over there overseas back-to-back weeks. Both those games are road games for the Vikings. They're not home games. So that's good. They spend two of the road games out of the country, and then they still keep their home games. So I know Washington got 8 home games this year, and we got 9 road games. So so far the home games, I know it's Christmas Day. Um, I believe the Christmas Day game and the game the week right before Christmas against the Eagles is a home game. What I did see though, we have a bye week 12. Washington got a bye week 12, and then oh my God, they did it to us once again. We got one of the worst back end schedules I have seen in a long time because hold on, my bad. Because I saw something that we got I think the last 4 games is division games. We got Minnesota. We got Minnesota. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up. I know we got Eagles, Dallas, Eagles. I do know that. The last 3 games of the last 3 weeks of the season, we got Eagles, Dallas, Eagles. So let me pull it up. All right, here we go, right here. So we got a bye week 12. Then we got Denver, we got Minnesota, we got the Giants, the Eagles, Dallas, then the Eagles again. I was like, oh man. Now that Denver game is that's a primetime game. I believe that's Monday Night Football. I believe that's Monday night against the Denver Broncos. Dallas, I mean, looking, that's a primetime game. The Kansas City is a primetime game. The Christmas Day is a prime. Like right now, as far as what I see, I only see 3 right now. But you could have got 6 more. There's still some games out there that could be primetime games. I believe that you got the first game of the season with the Eagles. That's a primetime game. Then you have the Thursday night Thanksgiving game against Kansas City is a primetime. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, against Kansas City is a primetime game. And then you got the Christmas game against us is a primetime game. So there could be some more games. I don't think y'all got 6 more primetime games. I believe, like I said, what I heard is y'all had a total of 6. But you saying you think they got 9. I will have to see what games they are because there's some of these could be double headers where it is a primetime game because those are the only 2 games that's being played on that day. So it will be a primetime game like Saturday, like that doubleheader on Saturday, which is on Fox on week 16. That's a primetime game because those are the only 2 games. One is played earlier and one is played as later, but it's still primetime games because it's the only 2 games that's being played. So those are still primetime games. So it could be something like that where it's a doubleheader and you have primetime game. But like I said, I had the report that y'all had somewhere around 6, but I could be wrong. Like I said, that report could be wrong. But that's all I really had. I just wanted to come out here and talk a little bit of the NFL schedule. If anything else break, I will drop a video about what else came out. I appreciate everybody that came through. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button on your way out. And if you catch this on the playback, hit the like button. And I will be back with more NFL late news. It's your boy D Free, and I'm out. Peace.